Okay, this is a Trippi Series for Rick part 174. I'm on the lookout for K9, and I thought I saw one as soon as I was going by this video, so we're going to find out. And I think I'm just going to play it through. It's got a green filter on the camera outside. I have no filter in here, but I did darken the screen back down to whatever the hell it is, 24% I think, or something like that. I brought the brightness down. I'm going to shut some lights off in my room to get some clarity out of this. Now, I was going to take the camera off a little bit and start going in on some of these. Yeah, so I'm picking up several what I think are K9. Let's see if I can get them in the categories or not. It could be a beastly human too. Human skull way in the back. Something swoopy going on there. Let's just look around for a little bit. Now you can keep an eye out for these as well. Things that I would confirm as humans from a side view. You know, you're going to have a nose, two eyes, a nose, a mouth, and as you go up, it's going to be image within image. And it actually goes both ways, always for that matter, but you see it down here again, eyes, nose. Very good. You know, notice how the distance of this one, I was able to change this all up just from pulling back on it. So eye, nose, mouth growling with the teeth showing. Got some weird ears and shit like that. I think I'm on the road in this video. Let's just find out. Yeah, man. So this is another video. It's got 3 views on it, which you know 2 of them are mine, so maybe one of them's Rick's. So no one's really watching any of these videos, even the Trippi Series. When Rick first did the playlist, I could have swore they were going up. I thought, because I even remember mentioning that when I went and looked, like most of them had 6 views on them. Now they're back down to 3, 4 views, some of them even less. Shut some lights off. So I would go human, another human. I guess I could point out a few things, but I pointed a lot of this shit out in earlier videos, so it feels a little weird trying to point all this stuff out now, but I'm going to, just for the fuck of it. Alright, so I'm gonna have to point out a few things though. So I'm gonna bring you into a human face. Eye, nose, mouth, a little bit of beard, looking up, that way. No, I can't point. Even has the ear in there, a little bit of a hairdo, I can probably get them. Okay. There's many others in there, but I just want to show you something. Okay, so right about there, I got them pretty good for you, right? Okay. Now erase that human face once you got them, and then let's go in the mouth, the eye, this area here, which is part of his hairline, his ear, all this other shit, right? Not to mention all this going on up here as well, and all this stuff going. There's more human faces. Here's another one, which I would consider human, I guess, because of the beard and stuff. But eye, nose of a canine, a flat nose canine. Let's see. But from this angle, it looks like this beard and shit's gonna go with that face. So I'm probably in too close for it. Anyways, back to this one. So now let's go in on this face. Now, the eye, I mean. So every time I move different angles, I can't really... Okay, so you probably get in the larger one first. Eye, mouth of that larger image, which is made up of the eye and hairline. But now look at the two different colors, and then separate it again by the two different colors, which is eye, nose, and mouth of this little rodent. And then coming out the other way, human face, eye, nose, and mouth with a beard and everything. Now, if we were on humans today, I could take this large face, but I could also take that little face. Because that little face, if I put the telescopic lens on, I should be able to get it really clearly too. But again, I'm trying not to use the telescopic lens. And we can do that for all these faces down here, because it's going to be like that the whole way through. Let's see what else we got. And the other thing I was mentioning too is that when looking for these, as we go through and start properly identifying the species, or trying to anyways, here's another canine, right? Yep. Yeah, I could have another canine here probably. I don't even remember what the fuck I was thinking. I don't know. See, I'd want to see the nose a little darker in order to put him in the canine category too. But it's not exactly a pig's nose, and if it is, then it doesn't match the rest of the face, doesn't belong to a pig. So let's try to look at its nose a little better. You know, this nose right here. Just look around at a few things. Hmm. Yeah, that went up there. I wanted to call it canine too, but then I backed out of it because it's more of a canine skull than it is a, like it's like a bulldog skull in one direction. I was gonna mention to you guys too. Oh, canine with the doggle, the mouth open. I'm wondering where the other eye is for this eye here. It's looking off, the pupil's looking off in that direction. So I'm kind of curious of where the hell the other eye is. It's buried in there, right? I guess. It's in there. So it's eye. But if I can't see the other pupil looking in the same direction as that one, I don't really have confirmation on that. Let's see. It's a tough one. Yeah, I cannot find the other eye to that. I just have to assume that it's there. Oh yeah, okay. Pull back out. Yeah, see? So when I pull all the way back out, let's see what else we can do. Where's that other one again? Yeah, I guess if I wasn't really paying that close of attention, I would probably have put that in the canine category, but really the nose is not canine. Unless there is a canine with a pig type nose like that. Did we see anything like that? I guess I'll check after we get done here. So I'm at 2 minutes and 6 seconds in on this video. This is a tripping sponge part 174. I'm just gonna make a note of that because otherwise, if the rest of it, I probably would be clear enough. Pug nose? Is there a pug nose canine? Funny thing I was thinking about as we're looking for these canine, that's what, cool shit will come up. As long as it's not from the religions and it's just different shit that we're examining, I'm fine with it. The pygmy. The pygmy is a humanish canine, right? And are there any that are like in comparison with the canine slash human? Is there anything like that on the ape side? I wonder. We'll come back a little more. Half are apes so close to human? It wouldn't. They all are. Maybe they all are because they're so close to us. And it looks like I'll be able to even get it more canine looking as it comes through. Actually. So then you get these ones with these long faces like this. And those I always look for, and I always end up back in the canine category, but that looks way too long to be in the canine category. The eyes don't match. This is what I usually go looking for when I see eyes like this. I start thinking alligator, crocodile, that kind of thing with the eyes that go up like this. I think it's crocodiles go up and the alligators are more on the side or something like that. So after we get done with the canine and we get onto the crocodile and shit, because I can see the opening of the mouth, but I'm always looking for teeth when I think it's going to be a crocodile or something. And of course, I understand when I go in, it's going to be image within image within image. That's why I come back out and change angles so that I can, you know, verify, you know, what I'm looking at. So it's not like I'm not, so I definitely see a canine nose. You know, feline noses don't look like that. Apes' noses don't look like that. I see the canine nose. I'm trying to make out the top part of the face on that, or any of it. The eyes won't match. I'd have to drop it in the rodent category if I can't find it, because canine, it's not canine eyes. But then again, the angle's not right either, so hold on. No. I lose it. Huh. Yeah, it sure looks like it. So just for the hell of it, I'm in here looking for canine anyways, but this face right here, if you take this face and take this arm and you come down here, these could be countable. Looks like 1, 2, 3 fingers. The thumb would be on the opposite side. That would be another image that I would be looking for spider imagery or something like that. The only reason I'm even over here is because I was trying to get a full body image out of a possible rodent, like a mouse or something right here, because I can see a face here. So that might be a body imagery of a mouse or a rat. It's shadow imagery, the rest of it, so I can't really verify that, but it's a thought in the back of my mind. But this here, we might have full body imagery, because this is all cloud down here as well. So does this work out to be... Huh. Yeah. What's that? Hmm. You know, some of these last ones on the last video I did were not showing so clearly, so I turned the brightness down on my screen again. Hopefully these next ones will go through a little better, but I was trying to point out stuff that's in the absent, and that's a really clear eye. This is all blue sky around here, and that's an eye, and you realize the whole other side of this face is in the absence. If you go eye, nose, and mouth open of that image, what it is, I guess I would have called that a beast before. And scenery. So are you guys, a question to you guys is, to Rick and Pat. Yeah, see, that one I would do as a canine. If it wasn't all folded up, I would. I could actually add a couple of them, because there's another canine nose right there. If I went eye and nose, but it's all folded up, that's not right. I'm either not catching it at the right angle, or it's in the process of what I call morphing. You know, the nanocarbonate building the imagery. Clear distinction of, what I call clear distinction. Okay, this looks like an ape's head to me, the whole shape of it. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, and look at the skull of it. You know, this one right here, I'm trying to trace out the small one. You know, I would put that one in the ape category because of the shape of the skull, even though I don't have a lot of clarity on the face. You know, this one up here I'd put in the human category. These are what I was looking at when I was asking you, what do you see without me pointing, but I don't think I can refrain. Get my stick over there. Eye, nose, and mouth. Very clearly human to me. Hairdo, very clear to me. A hat that I won't admit to because it's wearing apparel. But if I crop it properly, then I see it. And it, you know, it's not pushing his hair down enough to make me imagine that more. So either, if it was, then I'd be better off. If I come down deep like this, I get another, again, fairly clear image to me anyways. Image within image within image, but eye, big schnoz, mouth with facial hair and beard and everything, right? But I would call that human, but if you were to question me further on what the hell this is all on the side of his face, I just know that is texture for the next image, texture for the next one down, and for this one. So, you know, eye, nose, and mouth of the next one down. And then again, so if I start at the bottom and work up, and they're not all human as I go up, but it is image within image within image. Sticking the tongue out on that one, big long pointy tongue, and I guess I won't be able to call that one human anymore, but the next one is for sure human eyes. That one there. If I crop in the opposite direction, let's see what we got. Yeah, I guess a little more so you can make it out. You know, it's hard not to, you know, I could definitely call that one human. A lot of little stuff going on, and I should come back to a lot of these and put the telescopic lens on. I really should get back into these too, because maybe it'll be helpful for you guys to see. Shit, the fuck is a hand, man, but it's going in the wrong direction for my eyes. Yeah, I wish I could get the rest of that. Maybe I will when I watch it back. Alright, let's continue the ride. How many minutes am I already at? 26 minutes. Oh boy. Oh boy, let's see. Yeah, so there's going to be something to this. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely going to call this right here. Let's say, for example, we're using this example of, all right, eye, eye, nose, and mouth. So if you, clearly see the human here. I actually, like I said, I see the hairdo and the hat and everything when I go up a little bit. I could probably come down a little more for you, get them even better. But I'm going to point this out, though. This is very interesting. My eyes are able to separate all these other images. There's image within image within image all the way around here. So if you were to say to me, gee, Mike, okay, we see the eye, we see the eye, we see the what you're calling a nose, but what the fuck do you call all this all over the guy's face? I'm adding it to the facial hair that I see coming down this way. But it doesn't stop here, and then, yeah, it does actually. It does. So, yeah, I would add that, I guess, to the facial hair, I guess. Facial hair comes down here, but why does the facial hair then swoop off that way? And why does it appear to swoop off this way, down this way again? Also, you know, I'm seeing a cutoff line right here. I see a cutoff line going back up to stay with this human face. But those are very good questions. But it's, again, when I'm looking at it, I see the human face. So I'm fine with accepting that as a human face, knowing that the system is creating image within image within image, and some of these images are crossing over, and it's up to my eyes to separate them. If you guys are okay with that, then we got a deal. If not, then we'll talk about it. Let's see. And again, this other one with the large mouth, I don't have a lot of clarity on this other eye, but that one's fucking clear as day. And I can make out the features of this large image. I would put it in the beast category because I'm so close to it. Kind of have to. If I keep pulling back, I might be able to go human with it, or try different cropping techniques and stuff and see if I can get it to go human. But because it's so close, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Yeah. Yeah, so there's 150 of these fucking research vids up on the Tripping Sponge series. So, there's another one popping out of the inside. 3 of them. Yeah, I'm catching them all different directions now, too. So yeah, there's hundreds of these of the clouds, and they don't seem to be getting viewed. They don't seem to be being watched. So maybe instead of using the satellite footage to go and find these other species and challenge each other with this task, it doesn't have to be canine. But I just wanted to start off with canine. But we could certainly do humans if you want. We could call them on race. We can call them on race. If we can match a nose and eyes and skin color and everything else, then we match the race. We could try that too. That'd be a fun experiment. Um, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in there. So even when I watch this back myself, I'm going to see a lot more. This one looks in the canine category, but it looks very beastie. The light coming through, you got sunlight coming through over here in this eye. You got this eye here, should be clear to you with the green filter. It makes things, adds contrast to everything. It's one of the reasons why I do it. You can see the forehead and all that. Big, humongous face. The nose is here. It's using the other one that this lower image was using. The lower one was eye. I'm not on that one right now. I'm on this one. Eye. As a matter of fact, this could be the other eye right here, right above this where the light is. Could be waiting for even another image to open up for another eye. Let me see. So eye. Because if you look for pupil direction, unfortunately this one's being A lot of light coming out of this one. You know what? I'm right. I'm right. The more I look at this, again, focus. If I focus, okay, the one with the light coming through, that's not the sister eye to that eye. No, no. This is the sister eye to that eye. Look. The one with light coming through, the one shadowed out. The one with the shadow. And that is a shadow. That's not blue sky back there. This is blue sky in here and in here and stuff. But this particular eye is shadowed out. So that eye and that eye. And then this eye goes with this eye. And you can see those two go together. Yeah, pretty fucking amazing, man. So but again, what do I call this largest one? You know what I mean? So I'd have to be in the beastie category, more so than the human category. And then canine noses, I'm seeing them all over the place, but not crisp enough for our little contest. So canine nose, I would consider that a canine. On this little nose here, this longer one right here. The more I move around, he's starting to look more and more canine, but the nose looks very long. But here's what throws me off on these. And this is how detailed I am at looking at all this shit. Okay. If I was to try to get this to go canine, even using my imagination, this lower jaw doesn't come out as far as the upper, lip. The lower lip is way back here compared to the upper lip. Not way back, but a little ways back. So that's going to eliminate a bunch of alligators now gone, crocodiles now gone, because otherwise they would be right up to the tip with it. Nostrils are going to come into play. If it is a canine, usually I would see a canine nose at the tip of their snout. I don't see that here in this one. The eyes keep going back to crocodile, alligator type look. But again, if we do each one, just do one canine over the next week or two, each of us, and then move on to the other species that we see. And if we find a really good looking crocodile or something like that, and I can confirm it, then fine, we can go and do the same thing we're doing with the canine. I'm going to press play while looking around. We can go in and confirm them with each other, and by download. Oh, there's the full one. You son of a bitch. So let's see. Hold on. I thought I just had it when I was turning the corner. Yeah, it is gonna go canine. Bastard. All right. Another cool one, like this large one we're looking at. You can actually see the fucking pupil of the eye right here, looking out. This big ass beast. I guess is I'll have to call it for the time being, looking out on everything, And then this other one that's looking down up here, I would put in the human category. It has human eyes, it has a human nose, and a human mouth. Now, when I go in on all those things, it's going to be image within image within image. But the pupils and shit are clear. I'm going to hit play while we're looking at it. Let's see where else it goes. Oh, we're going past it, so it's alright. We're not going toward it, we're passing it. See where else this video goes. I mean, I'm only 3 minutes into the video. It looks like a pretty good video. Let me see if I go to the other side of the sun. See if I start shooting over there. Nah, actually, I'm going to go to another one. Okay, here's another one. A Trippi Series for Rick, part 170, 0 views. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to start hitting all these, man. I'm going to start hitting all these up. Start looking at them a little better. Yeah, because see, you guys are not even looking at all these, and then you got all these questions and shit for me, and you're not even looking at a lot of this. Because look in here. if anything, instead of worrying about what all these other people are out there with their opinions and advice, I rather just go on what we ourselves find and think about things. All right, you guys. If you guys end up wanting to go down those other roads, then we'll just separate. That's all. Like I said, we could separate and still stay connected. But as I'm going through this process now, I know that a lot of them had 6 to 8 views when I look. So I'm assuming that YouTube is stealing some of the views on these. But still, I mean, they're going back down to zero. And if you guys are not really watching them, then how do I even expect you to even see it all? You know what I mean? Because this is a visual thing, at least this part of it is. And you're really going to need to see all this for yourselves, and not just go by what I'm saying. But I don't know how you're going to do that, because I'm offering these research vids. Here's a Tripping Sponge series for Rick Part 170 with 0 views. And I'm looking down the list, and they're all 0 to 3 views or so. I'll show you. I mean, you can all go and look yourselves. So, it's no big deal to breeze through these. If you're not getting anything visual out of it, then I would fast forward. It's not like you got to watch a whole 20-minute video. This video here is 20 minutes. Nobody's got 20 minutes to go out of their way to watch one of these things, even if it means learning something and seeing things that you've never seen before. And then what you do is you would learn how to collect this EMNC yourself and see it for yourselves, because I think the visual aspect of all this is a big part of this, of awakening everybody. All the little facts and things that go along with it as we go along, they will come. But as far as all the religious gurus and the other people that are out there doing the religious routines in whatever way, whether it be psychic ability or churches or whatever, I would think it would be the other way around, because that's the way it is with me. No one's gonna tell me and teach me about this shit. I will just learn it on my own, and I'm happy to share what I now know with all of you. But if all of you, not just meaning Rick and Pat, but I mean anybody that comes to these videos, but if you're going to deny and even looking at them, then it doesn't do any good to deny seeing them if no one's really even looking in the first place, is my point. So there's a lot to look at. I mean, I've been looking for a year, and again, since meeting Rick, looking at things in a new way, in a new light. So I think what might be happening here is, if I see a feline features in something, so which is great that you guys brought this up. That's why I said earlier, I'm glad you brought these things up, because I myself will have to adjust and tweak myself to what it is I'm actually calling a feline. It is gonna, like Rick has mentioned in other videos. Oh yeah, this is chemtrail day too. What was I gonna say? Let's see where this goes. Yeah, I can see I'm given all different days, and for a reason. I'm given all different atmospheres and days so that you guys would be able to see what, different imagery is going to be offered on certain days. What do the clouds look like when the images are more crisp and clear? What about these lines, that he's always talking about? These are the lines that are creating the images. Look, they're in there. So even on days like this, I mean, I can call that for a human face down there, no fucking problem. It's got the hairline, it's a little bit funny of a nose, but I'm still going to call everything else about it a human. This one up here, I might end up going ape with, judging by the ear. Let me see. And this would give you a chance to play with camera angles and everything else while you're looking in on these. I think we're jumping forward a little bit too quickly. I think everyone needs to get more time in the visuals than And then, if your brain capacity can handle it, I mean, go for it. I mean, I'm not saying I won't assist in the journey for you, but I don't want to get caught up in it myself. Um, yeah, I mean, if you look in the faint in here, some of the first people that were coming to me, I always mentioned SA1, who I think was actually really, in reality, possibly anyway, could have been Matt from Quantum of Conscience, because I think he was feeling me out before he came in as himself, but I don't know, I'm always imagining everybody's after me. All right, so eye, nose, mouth, in the faint. There's a lot of images that are in the faint. Now, SA1, when she supposedly first came to me, she was telling me about that, and I didn't believe her. She was one of the ones that I was like, yeah, right. But then I started seeing them myself, and she was seeing them where there were no clouds. She was the one that turned me on to those. And then the one time she mentioned that was the last time I heard from her, because other people chimed in and said, yes, I see those too. And I always have all my life. And they didn't even chalk it up to be religion or nothing like that. They just left it at that and went away. So, a lot of these ones in the faint, that's one of the reasons why I stopped here. I mean, again, I have no explanation for this nose, but I can clearly pick out the eyes. Matter of fact, the same image is pretty much the same image. And I just showed you the other day in the moon in the Sea of Tranquility with the same brightness in the middle of the same Sea of Tranquility with that pointy weird nose, that funnel nose thing I'm always talking about, or I've been talking about, in the mouth right here of Chubby Face. And then Chubbs has also got another one, eye, nose, and mouth of this face. I would probably, if it wasn't on this particular day when we're going through this, I would probably even drop those in the human categories in my mind, in my memory bank. And I'm not going to do that anymore. So that's where the thank you comes in to you guys for, straightening me out on that. Because I don't have to be stuck on the feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. I again said from the beginning, too, that I think that it might all stem back to one or two. I kept wanting to put feline, canine, rodent in one category and then ape, human, and beast in another category. I don't know why. Just felt right. But I didn't want to take it upon myself to do so until I had, more evidence that I was going to go down that route. Seeing them like this is a time when, if you guys are all doing your own videos on these clouds, you're going to be able to watch them work. Rick has mentioned that he's caught them at times, being able to watch the EMNC work. You can also see them when you go from a crisp, clear imagery to stuff like this, where you can see the pulse waves being pushed. You can see if you want to put a conspiracy label on it, you can see the government activation of the pulse waves to push what we call weather around in this atmosphere. And that's what they do. So if they want to push clouds around and push a storm towards Pennsylvania, or if they want to push a fucking major storm towards California and have a freak snowstorm, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They have complete control over that part of it, but there is still a natural current. The natural current may be interrupted by human influence constantly. Yes, that's true, but it doesn't mean there's no natural current. Doesn't mean that the natural is the fake. No, the natural is still real, natural. It's just that humans fuck with it too much. All right, I'm already at 46 minutes, so I'm gonna stop this video and go right on to the next one. I'll be right back.